Okay friends, welcome back to another episode. This is Rob and we're doing another piece in deconstructing and deciphering fashion magazine photos. So this one here is from the December 2015, January 2016 issue of Harper's Bazaar. Okay, and this one is by Valentino Garavani, and he also has another brand, just Valentino. And he is kind of known for his, it's beyond edgy, okay, so it's beyond controversial. About a year ago he ran an ad, and again you had to deconstruct the photo to get it. So it was 3 models, and one was wearing these crosses, and their 2 were at their knees next to this model in the center. And that was code for Christianity, right? Christianity towers above Judaism and Islam, the 3 religions being Abrahamic, okay? So Christianity towered above Judaism and Islam, and it was very insulting to Jews and Muslims, okay? But that's how he rolls. That's how he wants his advertisement, okay? So now let's advance now to, this is January 2016, December 2015. So let's talk about this photo, okay? We're going to deconstruct this photo. I just wanted to give you a backdrop into Valentino and his edgy, racist advertisements, okay? So in this photograph, we have Terry Richardson. These are his arms. Okay, so Terry Richardson, not only the photographer, he's been commissioned to do the advertisement, the shoot, but he's also modeling, okay? And I believe that Valentino probably gave him some latitude, says, hey, look, you know, at my age, he's about 83, 84 years old or whatever. He's, well, you know, he's pretty senior in his years. He said, look, Terry, just, I'm going to give you a lot of latitude. I'm going to give you a wide berth. Shoot it how you see fit, okay? As an artist, shoot as you see fit. But the problem here, here's the problem. Now, this is pretty inconspicuous here, right? Nothing big here. But this tells the whole story, and we'll get into this, okay? So this is his hands in what could appear to be like ancient Greek or Roman sandals, right? They're really not, but it has that kind of a look to it, okay? So on its surface, we have a wreath of laurels that goes back to about 3,000 years ago, right? Maybe 1,000 BC or so, whatever, even more than that. But this indicates victory. Okay, so it was awarded to athletes, victorious military commanders if they were victorious in battle, and to emperors, right? So this was definitely a sign of victory and stature. You were of very high stature in the civilization if you wore this crown on your head, this crown of laurels, okay? And this is also where we get the name, like a poet laureate, right? Laureate, it means this. It means worthy of honor. You can wear a crown of laurels on your head, okay? The word laureate. So on its surface, it's a loose connection between ancient Greece, ancient Rome, and the wreath of laurels. But that's not what it means at all. So here's what it does mean. This is Terry Richardson, clench fist like at the Olympic Games with the civil rights movement, right? It's a clench fist of defiance. Okay, so let's put this together. The deconstruction. The clench fist means defiance, and the laurel, the wreath of laurels, means victory. Defiant victory. Defiant victory. And what that means is it's been reported for years of how Terry Richardson absolutely, it's horrific the way he sexually abuses his models. Okay, so in ancient days, and days of yesterday, we had in Hollywood the casting couch. Okay, so if a young lady or a young man wanted to be in a movie, and the producer or director took a keen eye to this person, then the price of admission was sexual intercourse. Okay, if you want to be in my movie, you give me sexual intercourse and I give you a part in the movie, and that's how the game is played. Got it. But for years, so the producers and directors at least respected the actresses and actors, and that they wouldn't publicize it. There was no photographic evidence. They just took satisfaction in knowing they bagged a future superstar. Okay, so in, you know, many years later, when the guys were all sitting around smoking their cigars and drinking whiskey, they could all trade stories about who they bagged on the casting couch. Again, I got it. But with Richardson, it's totally different, because not only is the casting couch in play, but there's this extreme humiliation where he photographs the models and then he posts it on the internet. Okay, so it's the casting couch plus humiliation plus shame, and it's very repulsive. It's repulsive, number one, to even ask a model. So in order for you to shoot with me, you're gonna have to give me sex. Okay, that's really passé. Okay, that era is gone. We just don't engage in that anymore, because I would hope to believe we live in a more chivalrous time. We're more respectful of women, and we're just more respectful of basic human rights that if a woman wants to shoot with us, we don't demand sex in return for a shoot, okay? That's old school, and there's no place for that in today's society, okay? So let's cover his photography, okay? So he's defiant here. Number one is that, so what I'm trying to get at is this John Gotti, right? The Teflon Don. You'll never catch me. You'll never get me. You'll never bring me down. I'm invincible, okay? So this is a defiant fist to the industry. What he's telling the industry and the public at large is, I'm going to continue being Terry Richardson. I'm still going to be hired and retained by the likes of Miley Cyrus and Rihanna and Lady Gaga. The big house brands, the big fashion brands, they're still going to pick me up to do their shoots. So you know what? I don't care what you think of me. I'm going to continue sexually harassing my models. I'm going to ejaculate on them. I'm going to have sexual intercourse with them. I'm going to keep being Terry Richardson, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And that is deeply troubling. To me, that's very troubling. Okay, so let's talk about some other leaders in history who had this same mentality. Now, they never posed like this, obviously, in their corporal form, but they had the same attitude. So let's talk about some of them. How about Idi Amin? Right? Pol Pot, Saddam Hussein, Nicolae Ceausescu, Slobodan Milosevic, and even, now those were heads of state, but how about even Bill Cosby? All these people had the same mentality. You will never catch me. I'm invincible. There's nothing you can do to me. So this is, it's deeply troubling to me. It's deeply troubling that he would actually shoot this as a tribute to himself, declaring his invincibility to the general public and to the industry, okay? So what I would hope to see is a backlash from the industry that you know, we're in an age now where with the feminist movement and the rights of women in the workplace, just like in the olden days, I'm just going back 30 years ago when men could have nude calendars in the work, like in a factory or something. If you went into a factory in the shipping and receiving department, whatever, you always saw nudie calendars. And back in the days when you could slap a waitress on the ass in a restaurant, you know, hey toots, you know, all that's gone. Okay, we don't have nude calendars in the workplace anymore. We don't slap waitresses on the ass. We don't call women toots and honey. So why is this still existing? Why do we still have Terry Richardson with his clenched fist of defiance and his wreath of laurels proclaiming himself emperor? He's victorious in the industry, right? I'm victorious in the photographic industry. I'm victorious in the fashion industry, and I'm invincible. And it's deeply, deeply troubling that the industry has not countered this attitude and just kind of boycotted him. Say, look, Terry, you're kind of out of control, right? You gotta play ball, man. You gotta get on the script. Observe some basic human rights. Observe some basic human rights of these models and stop this ridiculous sexual harassment, the casting couch. You're photographing yourself ejaculating on women. It's just too far gone now. Okay, we gotta corral you. We gotta rope you in, right? Lasso you in. So, and this is it. This is his proclamation to the world. You know, it's like, you cannot touch me. I will continue to be Terry Richardson. There's nothing you can do about it. And again, I just find this page here in this advertisement, this page is nothingness. This is just a red herring. This is a red herring. This is the real, this is the statement right here. Okay? And again, Valentino, I'm sure Valentino, when he saw this, I'm sure he got it. You know, when this went before the board got it. Okay, this is Terry. This is his statement to the world, his middle finger. This is Terry Richardson giving the middle finger to the world. And I think any other company, this probably would have been frowned upon. But again, if you got a company that's basically saying Christians rule the world and to hell with Jews and to hell with Muslims, okay, that's pretty troubling. And this is the same company that would allow this to appear in print. And I'm even kind of surprised at Harper's that they would even print this, because there's some educated people there, right? I'm sure the people at Harper's got this. And this is, so they know how out of control Terry Richardson is, and this went to print. They allowed this to appear in their magazine. And again, this is troubling just on so many levels. It's just Valentino retaining him, Miley Cyrus retaining him, Lady Gaga, the fashion industry, even Harper's printing this. So just to me, again, it's just me, Terry Richardson absolutely needs to be taken down a notch. Because when you see stuff like this absolute hubris, okay, look, Terry, we need to have a talk, right? The powers that be, Terry, we need to have a talk. Okay, so again, so the spirit here, this is nothingness. This is a red herring, a smoke screen. This is the real thing right here. This has nothing to do with advertising. This has zero to do with advertising. This is a tribute. This is Terry Richardson paying tribute to himself with the blessing of Valentino, because that's how Valentino rolls. Valentino himself is out of control, so of course he would allow Richardson to make something like this. Again, it's just absolutely repulsive. It's absolutely sickening and repulsive. Okay, thank you.